Ooh, this is a good player. Maybe, so we wanted a... Yeah, Des, I think you had a very good idea. That's one thing I can do for sure. Oh, Keyamamba, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, you subbed before your first message? You absolute darling. You star. Thank you, thank you. I think this is Eliona, who's actually, the last time I played him in a best of 5, he surprised me immensely. He was very good. Alright, Zhu Shi against Delhi. It's a tricky one. And honestly, I think the best way to play this matchup is to make a lot of Zoogs. I do. I think it's the best way to play. So, there'll probably be some math out there in the universe for what is the absolute optimal build for these lads. Absolutely will. Right now, I'm a big fan of still getting the wood to get a nice early village. Because you boost the mill with those villies, which gives you the wood boosted as well. So it's really nice. And the way that I've kind of timed it out for myself to make sure it flows nicely, I gather as much wood chopping as about when my first villager is about to pop out. Then you end up with the surplus wood to get your mine going. So it just feels like it flows nicely, you know? That's how I feel about it, at least. And then you can get this village, and you're sitting kind of cute. Kind of cute indeed. Delhi's definitely a matchup that you have to play their game. So while this is a Zhu Shi guide for you guys out there that want to climb the ranks, because Zhu Shi is really damn good, I'll try and talk you through it. So right now, I like to get just a couple of guys on the gold. And by a couple, I mean literally that, just 2. And here, this already looks like a nice little spot where I can plonk a meditation garden. Or here. I'm going to do it over here. Because here we get the 2 golds, a bigger berry pack, and a bit of wood. Very, very pleasant indeed. So I just saw a big drop off of most of these workers. And that is where we're going to put Big D. Meditation garden. Granted, that's one kind of cool thing about Zhu Shi. Depending on your setup, you can get very, very different layouts. But also it's worth noting your initial berry pack is only 6 berries. These ones out on the map will be slightly higher. So it means that the food count is that, slightly higher. Because I think for each berry pack it's like 8 food or something. This was 64. So it definitely helps. Alright. We've got our setup. We certainly do. Now, this is going to grant us a lot of food for quite some time here. And now, Tower of Victory. We wanted to find out what landmark he's going for. So that means he's going to have a very strong feudal. So you always have to respect Delhi. You really do. When I've got enough gold, I'll get a second Imperial with this. So then we can just pick up some of the gold without losing any food income whatsoever. It's really good. So having a little skew to boot. If he takes off all these workers at 70, which he has done, that means he's able to build a second scholar now. So this is the Vortex build. Very solid. Very powerful. The Vortex build is something that, again, whether he developed it or not, I don't know entirely, but he was the first one I played that swamped me with it. And because of that, I'll sort of give him credit. I know other players played against him as well, and they were like, "Ah, yeah, he donked me with that." So, I'll get a couple of upgrades going, eco upgrades at that, such as the wood here, and I will eventually get wheelbarrow. But the idea now is going to be pedal to the metal. We're going to be working on a lot, or two Zugnu archery ranges is the general gist of it. I'll drop those off, just so I don't lose any food there. And I'll tell you what, very soon, I'll start producing these archery ranges. Very, very wood heavy, this build. Very wood heavy. But now we're cooking. Might even go for an extra Imperial, just to kind of boost this. We'll need gold as well. And we'll drop off these sheep. And remember, he is Delhi, so we're kind of playing the Delhi's game here, but it's Ghazi Riders. That we know. Just make sure that we don't lose anything, if we can. Help it. You know what? We're zooming. Cranking them out like crazy here. Absolutely like crazy. We'll get this here as well. It'll be nice to have on our side here, because soon those sights are going to start flashing. And when that happens, you know, you're on a bit of a timer to go and sort it out. But right now, we are the zoom-in-lumin. We'll start working on an upgrade here. Gonna boost it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nice raid by him. Almost got a couple of villagers there. That was a bit unfortunate for him, actually, I would say. You know what? I'll put a second village right. Oh, in fact, that's my third. A bit early on that one. A bit early. But I definitely think now we can continue to apply pressure. I saw a scholar briefly. Alright, we'll see that one. Good to know. I'll split up just 2 Zoogs to run over there. Okay, gold is very good. Now there is absolutely a... I'm just going to focus them down one by one. This is some of the power of Zoogs. Split up the fire a little bit. And given that it's all going very, very smooth at this moment in time, we're just going to keep on zooming them out, lads. He doesn't have +1 armor yet, which means that my Zugnus trade as well as they possibly can with this kind of style. Now, he did have a scholar out on the map. We'll try and remove his... remove the sights and whatnot. I'll tell you what, we'll keep 2 over here for that scholar, wherever it might still be. I like upgrades. So right now, we have a lot of Zoogs. Like, this is already... Being able to push a deli off the sites before they've even begun is actually insane. We'll run these guys over here just to act as a immediate defense. I think he has +1 armor now. He's trading quite a lot better. Okay, we killed a scholar over here. We looked at the minimap for that one happening, and we have a lot of Zoognu back at home. We've absolutely been flying on that front. Now we still have enough for a ram. It's very nice. I'll tell you what, we're getting to a point here where we could potentially think about aging up while killing him, which is just mental, I know. Absolutely mental. So there's no other civ in the game, I don't think, that can put Delhi under this amount of pressure and also remove them from all the sites. Now, as this is going on, I will just go for the Jiangnam Tower, just to make all our future buildings cheaper. And we're going to keep on pushing. GG. And that, my friends, is how you do the pretty damn broken Zoognu play. and trust me, this is really, really hard to stop. Really hard to stop. And I mean, I was doing this while having fairly close to being able to age up here, which is really nice. And that phrase with the best offense is, or the best defense is a good offense kind of thing, this absolutely applies. Like, my army is better than the Delhi army because Zoognu are amazing. We've stopped all the sacred sites as well, which is one of the big problems. And eco-wise, look at this. Delhi gets all the free upgrades, but it's these look relatively close, but then gold. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Maybe we can have a look at the military graph. Just right from the get-go, from about the, let's say, the 5-minute mark, we're pumping. And we never stop. We never stop. A little bit of a Zushi guide for you guys as well. U60, it's a couple of things. It's not... The Meditation Garden alone is really good, but it's the fact that you don't need Song Dynasty to get the Zoogs going. I'll play them all, don't you worry, don't you worry. So like China, your first landmark, the Imperial one, it's 400, 200. Yours with Zushi is 340, 170. So that's already a 90 resource difference, which may not sound like a lot. But then you also don't need to get the extra 400, 200, which you're talking about requiring 690 resources to even think about making Zug Nu. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. So with that in mind, it's just like, alright. Boxer games. I love the Jiang Tower. I love it. I absolutely do. But it is quite a lot. And you can just do this like we did off 2 archery ranges and just boost them. Any idea how to nerf Zug Nus a bit? It's so difficult. Maybe 2 attacks, but they get +1 damage on the attacks. That would probably be the best bet, I would say. So how do you play against Deli against this spam? I mean, this spam is really hard. He was doing the right thing. We were on ball, on point. But anytime you have a unit that's range that fires 3 shots, meaning like, because Zushi, they destroy Order of the Dragon just because Order of the Dragon, all their units, they don't have many of them, and the fact that your Zug Nu will do at least 3 damage. Maybe they have to go with like, maybe one way to work around it is like half damage and stuff, but oh, it's tough, it's tough. Alrighty, be right back, guys and girls, and then we play some more games.